feel the tension in the streams. I'm worried something bad is gonna happen.
There you are, Rover.
The Academy has noted a concerning rise in tacit field activities. Please use caution when exiting the city. Remember to check your terminal signals and wear the Academy's protective suit correctly. And don't forget to stay hydrated. Now, I have experiments to run. Take care.
It's just Baija being Baija. She's a little awkward with showing care, but I think it's cute. Anyway, Rover, quick, tell us what happened. The Fraxidus again? Ugh, those jerks!
Jian the General, Jin Si the Magistrate, and Jue, Jinzhou's Sentinel. Is there any kind of connection between them?
Connection? No idea. But I did hear General Jian used to be a military doctor.
Speaking of that, I think we'll need to start with a bit of Jinzhou's past. A storyteller near the theater once told us something like this.
The Honorable Madame Jinzi, our great magistrate of Jinzhou, was handpicked by Sentinel Jur. Her status as the Sentinel's appointed resonator is rare among all past magistrates. Our Jinzhou was leaderless for years until Jur finally chose her to be the next magistrate, and she answered the call. To further elaborate, we must start with the battle beneath the crescent. The Norfall Barons, scarred by countless wars, discarded weapons scattered like bones. Our soldiers had fought to reclaim the land for years, to no avail. Overthrax, the dreadful Threnodian monster, fed on the frequencies of weapons, turning our fallen soldiers into deadly tacit discords. General of the Midnight Rangers, Geshu Lin, bravely rose to confront the threat. As twin moons aligned, General Geshu Lin vowed to vanquish evil, raising his blade against the blood-red crescent that foretold destruction. His sword blazed with black flames, laying waste to all who dared stand in his way. Victory seemed certain. Until the retroact rain began to fall. Raindrops fell upwards, as in the past. Monsters raged, loyal souls fell to blood-soaked sands, infernal carnage. Issuing his last command, Geshu Lin demanded all soldiers stand firm, no matter what happened. Sacrificing his body to the black flames for power, Geshu Lin charged at the Overthrax with all his might, and he was never seen again. After the fall of their leader, the remaining soldiers despaired until the deafening roar of Qinlong struck like lightning. A lone youth bravely stood up to lead a hard-won retreat. After the battle, that young man who tamed the wind ascended to fame, becoming the new general of the Midnight Rangers, selected by Sentinel Jur. On the other hand, General Geshu was blamed for the massive losses that occurred under his command, earning him a notorious reputation in Huanglong. That battle struck us hard, but our sentinel rose from its long slumber to select a new magistrate who guide us into the future. Despite the previous disaster, Jinzhou was off to a promising start under our sentinel and the new magistrate's guidance. The people held hope for a better tomorrow.
Whoa! First time hearing about all that. Maybe the Sentinel had its own special ways of picking candidates.
Or maybe it is their incomprehensible ways that set these divine beings apart from us. Their thinking tends to be elusive to the average person.
Yeah, true. Wouldn't be surprised if Jue decided to make me the magistrate one day, not gonna lie.
I understand your concern, Rover. Madame Jinshi was only a teenager, and she was suddenly selected to be the magistrate. It must have been so difficult for her. I remember people were skeptical when she first took office. Despite her achievements, many believed she lacked the necessary experience and authority in the political realm. People only showed their respect to Madame Jinshi because they trusted Jue's judgment.
Seriously, Lord Jue knows how to choose him. Our previous magistrates were all top-notch at running the show. And Madame Jinsi, she's already made the city a well-oiled machine in no time. I'd have a mental overclock just trying to keep up with all that paperwork. She was made for this. What is that saying again? Real gold never loses its shine.
Rover, since you were asking about this, did you get clues from your past from Madame Jinshi?
The Norfolk Barrens? It's been a battlefield since ancient times.
Rover, it's dangerous there. The Norfolk Barrens is the front line in our defense against the Threnodian. We must be careful about going there. Rover, since you were asking about this, did you get clues from your past from Madame Jinshi? They sent 2 overseers at once. Their scheme must be far more expansive than we thought. Though the Fraxidas do seem to know a lot about you. Their ideology and actions are too dangerous. And right now, the odds are in their favor. If we rush into a confrontation, it could lead us into their traps. Rover, since you were asking about this, did you get clues from your past from Madame Jinshi?
The Black Shores? Doesn't ring a bell. Sounds like the name of a place, but I've never seen it on any map.
This flower. It's only a photo, and I can't tell where it came from with my ability. We're still in the dark about Fraxida's plans, and the Norfolk Barrens is too risky. The Black Shores seems to be our only option now. But if we are to look for them with only a photo of this flower, It's going to be difficult.
Since it's about flowers, we should go ask Grandma Lin.
Yes, Grandma Lin runs a flower shop. I'm sure she can give us some tips.
You're making me blush a little. Grandma Lin loves listening to storytellers. I think I saw her earlier. Let's go look for her.
There's still some time before the next session. Here are some books to keep you entertained before that, dear listeners. So, you want to learn more about that battle? They say storytelling inevitably carries some subjective bias, all to enhance the ebb and flow of the narrative. But when it comes to the battle beneath the crescent, we typically avoid adding any of our personal commentary, focusing instead on accurately retelling history. But even just telling the story carries a heavy emotional weight. Was Geshu Lin truly an unforgivable sinner? Was General Jian the perfect hero? The sudden onset of the retroact rain, the decision of our sentinel, and the timing behind this series of events. I guess it will be up to future generations to figure it all out.
Tough break. It's just plain bad luck. So, you want to learn more about that battle? Not many youngsters care these days. I'm happy to talk about it with you. People blamed Geshu Lin for his decision to push for an attack during the retroact rain. But he's ultimately just a human like the rest of us. Him having a powerful resonance ability doesn't change that. Fate can be a funny thing. Nobody could have predicted that weird rain happening. If our soldiers hadn't held on to the defense lines in the Northwall Barrens to the last minute, Jinzhou might have fallen too. Anyone, even someone like me, would have probably given a similar order in that situation. So, I don't think Geshu Lin should be painted as an unforgivable criminal. General Jian is a capable leader, no doubt. But let's be real. He only rose to fame for showing up at the right time. That's just how fate works sometimes.
Or maybe he's got his own personality to blame. Oh, you want my take on it? I'm not very familiar with the history, but I did hear some rumors about General Geshu Lin. Compared to all the past Midnight Rangers generals, Geshu Lin wasn't that big on commanding his troops from behind. He preferred being right there, on the battlefield, leading the charge. To achieve his strategic goal, he didn't even hesitate about sending people to their deaths. It makes sense that he'd refuse to let his troops retreat. People said the troops he commanded were disciplined, but I guess the soldiers obeyed him more out of fear than respect. So I think you can pretty much have an idea about General Geshu Lin's personality. Honestly, I think he deserved it. The moment he lost his soldiers' support, his failure was pretty much unavoidable. And considering the heavy losses he caused, yeah, he should be called a criminal.
Is it a coincidence? Is it fate? No. Oh, oops. Are you talking to me? My bad, I was lost in my thoughts. I'm a student at Jinzhou Imperial Academy studying history, and I'm especially intrigued by everything related to the Sentinel. The Sentinel plays a crucial role in Jinzhou's history. But here's something interesting. I'm not sure if you've noticed. In our local folklore and tales, the Sentinel is always portrayed as an omnipotent being that transcends human understanding. But I believe there must be a pattern in its thought process. The people chosen to become magistrates must share some similar traits. So I wonder, what criteria does the Sentinel use to select future leaders? But after that crushing defeat, everyone's confidence took a hit. We still wanted to win, to eliminate that dreadful monster once and for all, but we became more cautious. Interestingly, the newly appointed general and magistrate both seem to be the calm and cautious type. Perhaps the Sentinel chooses our leaders based on the public consensus at the time. But hey, that's just me thinking out loud. I'm all ears to your opinions. Your take might just open my eyes.